Saturday or this Saturn day. All right. If you are new to the channel, I want to welcome you. If you are a returning subscriber on the day one, hey. All right, it's Saturday, y'all. Y'all know how we do. We vet this energy daily, right? So these messages are not really date specific. They're more energy specific. All right. So the energy resonates and it vibrates. You want to go ahead and take what you need, leave what you don't. Shelf what you don't understand in case you need to circle on back for some inspiration, some motivation, some confirmation. Okay. Now, with that being said, you also need to keep in mind that access is going to be granted to you based on your inner knowing or your inner belief system. And because energy is fluid, place the energy where it fits. If I say this is your energy, but it feels more like the energy you're interacting with, you want to go ahead and apply that energy there. And last but not least, I am not your guru. I am not your master. You are your own guru and you are your own master. So remember that, okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and vet this energy. It's Saturday. You have to remember Saturday is ruled by Saturn, okay? That's order, that's discipline, that's structure, that's the timekeeper, okay? Laws, a lot of laws, a lot of laws, a lot of boundaries, a lot of limitation type energy, okay? So, what we're going to do is tap in today to see exactly what that tone of activation is, what the looping energy is, where the energies unfold, and how to navigate the energy, as well as what Spirit's message is for this energy today. But before we can do that, let's just go ahead and charge our waters, okay, with the first three tones of love, which is going to be safety, trust, and stability. All right, we're going to clear the air for the four elements, all right, starting with the fire energy. If you are not a fire sign, which is going to be Aries, Virgo, and Sagittarius, my loves, you're going to apply this energy to the movement energy, your response energy, your reaction energy, okay? This is energy also of your willpower. All right. Next, we're going to go on over to the water energy, which is going to be Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But if you are not a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, this energy is going to be applied to your feelings, your intuition, okay, your emotions, which are really just indicators on where you are on the frequency band of attracting things to you, okay, because your emotions are energy bands, okay? Next tone you're going to hear is going to be for the wonderful air element, okay? So we talk about Gemini, we talk about Libra, and we talking about Aquarius. But my love, if you are not a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, apply this energy to your thoughts, your thinking, your deductive reasoning skills, your logical side, okay? Last but not least, you're going to hear a tone for the earth element. So we're talking about Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But if you are not a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, my loves, apply this energy to the earth thing. So we're talking about the house, the car, the bills, the job, that type of stuff, okay? That being said, let's clear the tones and start this message, okay? First tone, fire energy. Second tone, water energy. Third tone, air energy. And fourth tone, earth energy. Okay? And all of those energies came out really clear. There was no stagnant or static in the air, so there's no need to resound the tones. Okay? Water is fully charged. And we're going to go ahead and see what energy needs to be vetted today. Now, you guys know the vetting system, right? When we vet the energy, we're vetting V. Are you moving in victimhood or victory? Okay, you know, are you viewing things from the victimhood mentality or are you viewing things from a space of victory, right? The E, are you embracing the experience or are you trying to escape the experience? It makes a difference because if you're embracing the experience, you're able to be open to the lessons, okay? If you're trying to escape the experience, it's lack of accountability, narcissism, you know, being aloof, not being self-aware, all right? And then we have the T, all right? Are you dealing with toxicity or are you allowing yourself to be transcended from these experiences so you're not stuck in any lower vibrational signature of the energy, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what the activation code is for today. Oh, Divine Feminine. And we're going to keep that. And divine feminine energy, just so you know, in nature, this is creative energy. This is energy that's emotionally charged. So right off the bat, you need to know emotions is going to be in place today. So you're going to have to pay attention to your emotions. Allow your emotions to be navigators for you today, okay? Divine feminine energy, the frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive and nurturing and the soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. Okay. So your feelings is what's going to tap into your what you call your experiences today. Like it's going to be high tuned. Now keep in mind, today is Saturday, so we all working along the lines of the constraints of the energy of Saturn, timekeeping. This energy can also be very judgmental, right? So just be mindful. Moving your divine feminine energy today, which is your softness, which is your intuitive energy, right? So if your intuition says turn left today, baby, turn left. Don't ask no questions. Just turn left, okay? If your intuition says today, sit your ass in the house, baby, sit your ass in the house. Don't go nowhere. If your intuition says to you today, you need to get your ass up and go do something, get your ass up and go do something. Whatever you're being led today to do that feels balanced, that feels grounded, that feels safe, okay, is what you need to do. Now, safe may not feel comfortable because it may require you to step outside of your comfort zone today, okay? Because you are connected to everything. You need to know that. So if you're stepping out and you're leading with fear, limitations, and anxiety, the universe is going to meet you with experiences of fear, limitation, and anxiety, okay? So here's where you may have to fake it before you make it, all right? Now, tapping into yourself may require you to, repeat that affirmation 1,000 times a day, baby. That's just how it is, okay? But what that does is that keeps you into a pulse of self-awareness so you can know when you're flipping back over into a lower vibrational state, okay? With that being said, tap into your femininity today. Trust your intuition. Trust your instincts. Trust your gut. Okay? Pay attention to when something feels heavy in the body, tight in the chest. Okay? All of those are divine feminine energy that's asking you to pay attention to the subtle energy in the ear that you cannot physically maybe see or touch, but you can feel. Okay? Now, let's take a look at the Lupin tone today. Oh, shit. Lupin tone, just so you know today, is Anunnaki energy, okay? And you hear about that a lot in the spiritual community. You hear about the Anunnakis, okay? Now, we are not really talking about so much about the Anunnaki as a people, okay? We're talking about Anunnaki energy, more so the archetype of the energy that we're dealing with, the archetype that it represents, okay? So you know, the Lupin energy that's unfolding today with the Anunnaki coming out in reverse, this energy has to do with cooperation, unity, being able to compromise. This energy is all about agreeable energy, was fear, okay? So, the Lupin energy today was fear, which means if you out here on some bullshit, you need to not understand, today ain't the day for it. It ain't the day for it. If you are out here on some bullshit, fair exchange ain't no robbery, okay? And the universe is not kicking shit back to you a year down the line, in the next lifetime. No, baby. You get this shit back in real time. Real time. So be out here doing some dumb shit today if you want to. Be out here on some manipulative shit if you want to. Be out here on some angry shit today if you want to. People's matching energy energetically today, okay? And people that's about their work and that's matching their energy today, you also need to know that they're coming in also with another level of divine protection, okay? Because they're moving with spirit. They're not moving out of accordance with spirit, okay? So there is a rebirth happening. So what some people may interpret is you being cold and being detached. No, baby. That's just you and your bullshit that I'm not entertaining anymore. Okay? They need to know that. All right? So the Lupin energy is cooperation and unity today because you're in the space of rebirth. Okay? So if it's not aligning with cooperation, if it's not aligning with rebirth, oh, you're not trying to have it because your rose-colored glasses is off. You're seeing past illusions today. Okay. Lupin energy is you are focused. You are seeing past illusions today. You're not wearing those rose-colored glasses anymore. Okay. You see people for who they are. Okay. You even see who you are. You're even seeing your imperfections that's allowing you to see perfectly. Okay. Because it is in your imperfections that you find your perfection. And what do we do here on this channel? Here on this channel, what we do, right? We don't seek external validation. But why? Why we don't seek external validation? Because we know what's needed is internal validation so we can get external verification. You don't need to seek external validation, right? Because what's going to happen is external verification is going to show up to let you know what's really going on inside of you, okay? So you need to be mindful of that, all right? Now, where this energy is unfolding today is in the realm of the praying well, I say the praying mantis, but it's really the mantis bees. Okay, so this card is coming up in reverse. Okay, when this card comes up in reverse, okay, you need to know that this is stagnant energy. This is energy of people that's narrow-minded. This can also be energy of people that's really literal. Okay, so it's unfolding in a realm where people may not necessarily understand what you are operating in or what you're even working with, right? They say they are so used to people excusing their bullshit that they don't even know that you see they're narrow-minded, okay? Okay. Narrow-minded energy or people that's very literal. So as you're moving in your divine feminine energy today, you need to be very careful not to give energy here. This can drain you today, okay? Because this is where it's unfolding. This is where it's unfolding, okay? So let's clarify what you need to know is this energy unfolding. Come on now. As this energy unfolds, release and surrender. They say don't even get involved. Purge. You don't even got to respond. Purge. You and your conscious shit. If it ain't purposeful, and if it ain't aligned, you're not trying to even, yeah, you're not trying to entertain it. If it ain't aligned, you ain't trying to entertain it. Bottom line. If it ain't aligned, I'm writing that down, y'all. I'm not entertaining it. I gotta write that down before I forget. If it ain't in line, you're not entertaining it. That's just where the energy is right now, okay? So they're saying when people come and they're oblivious to shit, they're literal about shit, and they don't want to take accountability, very narrow-minded, just release, purge, and remember the bigger picture. The bigger picture is you do not have to explain everything to everybody, okay? If you don't get it by now, they not gonna fucking get it. That's just where it is. In this energy where we are right now, on a collective nature, right now on a collective nature, if you do not get it by now, okay, because everybody has already chosen what side of the energetic fence they on, okay? So if you don't get it by now, baby, you ain't never gonna get it. You ain't never gonna get it, okay? You also need to understand that the next step that we're tapping into here is how to navigate this energy and how to navigate this energy. You got the water element showing up in reverse. Then you got the Loranians showing up upright. Okay, so let's take a look at what the water energy represents in reverse. Okay, and keep in mind this is how you're navigating this, right? This energy right here, when it's in reverse, it has to do with victimhood. Okay. And for some people, it could be suicidal energy. For some people, it could be energy of people that's just like headaches, okay? But this right here, just so you know, is victimhood energy, okay? So how to navigate it is telling us that you're going to have victimhood energy over here that you definitely need to be mindful for, right? Because that's what we do. We vet that energy over here, okay? And when you have people that are walking around in the victimhood mentality, ain't nothing that you can do to have them pivot. Until they're ready to pivot and see themselves, you do not want to waste your time trying to get somebody that don't want to take accountability for their feelings and their actions. There ain't nothing you can do about that. Ain't nothing you can do about that, right? So with the Lunarians popping up right here next to this water element, when this card is upright, this is about being brave, being strong, being courageous, respecting yourself, tapping into the Akashic Library, the ancestors. So they're saying, although you have people being nasty, although you have people being limited in their thinking, the way that you navigate this energy is through your strength and through your courage. And I'm really here like speaking your truth because today is Saturday, baby. Pull them receipts out. Today is the day to pull those receipts out because if it's not aligned, you are not entertaining it. Today's really the day that you want to pull receipts on people, okay? But kindly. You don't even want to do it like like you popping your collar. This is more like a matter of factly, right? Now, why is this a matter of factly? I can't make this shit up, y'all. You walking in self-love. Your intentions are what you're leading with. This is not a flip. No, you're coming clear and intentionally about who you are, what type of experiences you want to have because you've been on the other side of this, right? So you're coming in clear with self-love and intentions are on point, right? Once again, if it ain't aligned, I'm not entertaining it. And not even are you coming in with great intentions, and self-love, you're also over here in your empowerment. You're also over here in your strength, okay? Because you understand you've had a breakthrough. Epiphany, remember that song? I've had epiphany, you can blame it on me. Okay. Now check this out. I think that's some of the energy too. Blame it on me. I don't really, like, honestly, at this point, okay, at this point, just go ahead and blame it on me. Like, if you claiming victimhood, because you know, I'm doing my work over here, okay? I'm okay with you saying it's my fault because you don't want to take the work. That means that I don't have to entertain your energy. If you're not doing your work and you think it's my fault, I don't have to entertain your energy. I don't have to walk around and give an excuse for who I am and for why I do the things I do. Okay? Spirit's message is the Arcturanians, I hope I said that right, and the Nephilims. Okay? You are not in a place anymore where you are linking up with things that's not aligned for who you truly are or the path that you're truly on. Okay, so Spirit's message is really simple as you're going through the energy today and you're vetting it. This is an energy right here where you feel safe. Feel safe today because not only are you walking with your divine feminine energy, you're also in a place where you're not entertaining anything that's not aligned. So you need to continue to walk in safety, knowing today that you're good, right? You also need to, not everything needs a response, right? Not everything needs a response, but today I feel like you're going to have to pull some receipts out. And when you pull those receipts out, you can do it kindly. You can do it softly, right? But you're going to do it assertively. Okay? Kindly, softly, and assertively with your insight because you're safe. Because you have emotional intelligence, right? You no longer have to pop out of your character, out of your being, right? Right? You don't have to walk away feeling frustrated, feeling aggravated. No, you can speak your truth in kindness and softness, baby, okay? You know what they talk about, this is your soft era? The soft era is really about your feminine era. Now, keep in mind, because there's a balance that's happening here, right? Because when you look at it, yes, we're in the Aquarian age. And just so you know, the Aquarian age is fucking masculine energy, baby. Aquarius' energy is masculine energy, okay? But we're also with Pluto in Uranus, or Pluto rather in Aquarius. Aquarius is masculine in nature and Pluto is feminine in nature. So there's a balance there. There's a balance of true purpose as well as transformation popping up. Okay? So, as you're walking in your truth and you're feeling safe today, you want to know when the Nephilim energy pop up, and especially when it pops up in reverse on this deck, right? I need you to understand something here. This energy is really about new perspectives. It's really about new ideas. It's really about even having ESP, right? This energy is brutal strength. And I find that this is where some of you are going to have to pull the receipts, okay? You have to tell people about themselves, okay? And once again, softly, boldly, softly, but assertively, okay? Because in this energy, on this here day, if it ain't aligned, I'm not entertaining it. But for some people, you're going to have to let them know, literally, you in your soft era today. And if it's not aligned, I'm not finna entertain it. I'm not doing that. No. Not at all. Okay, all right. Let's get one more message from Spirit. Go ahead and close out this reading. Okay. It's going to be a beautiful day. Just move in your truth. Move softly today. Everything does not need an emotional or energetic response from you. Okay. And it's okay for you to pull the truth out and let people know what it is without you coming out of pocket. Okay. Because it is not aligned. You are not to entertain it. That's the energy. Okay. I can't make this shit up. Discernment. This came out in like yesterday's video. Discernment. That's how you moving today. That's Spirit is wrapping it up. Moving discernment. Okay. If it's not aligned, you are not to entertain it. Okay. All right, my lovely soul traveling gurus. Okay, y'all know the deal. What we be saying? Right? You want to do something kind for yourself because you absolutely, positively should. That should be mandatory. That should be mandatory. Okay, there should be no excuses for you to be kind to yourself. Because some of us don't have no problem being kind to other people, and it should start with yourself. Okay, so do something kind for yourself because you should. You also want to do something kind for somebody else, not because you should, but because you can. Happiness is contagious. A smile is contagious, right? Kindness is contagious. Joy is contagious. Laughter is contagious. So why not share those things? The world could use a lot more of those things, right? Okay. Y'all know the deal. I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so glad that y'all are on this soul traveling journey with me, my gurus. Okay. I'm going to see y'all on Sunday. We're doing this all over again. We tapping in to vet the energy for the up and coming week. And then, Monday we hop into Aries season. We finna do some beautiful things. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. It's today, It's today, the 21st. Today is Saturday. Hold on, y'all. I feel like we in Aries season right now. Welcome to Aries season. Shit. Okay, y'all. We kicking off our Sunday tapping into the Aries energy, and because it is Aries season and we kicking it off on Sunday, we are going to have a more deeper analogy into the sign of Aries for the whole month of Aries season as we build a baseline of how we want this next 12 months to go in our life, right? We building the baseline for the month of Aries. This is going to be a baseline energy that we go to if we feel annoyed, if we feel anger, if we feel anxious, right? Whatever it is, we are going to create a baseline energy that we're going to be navigating the rest of the year with. Okay, I'm so excited, y'all. Sometimes when you just don't pay attention to days, you're so more energy, like I really didn't come on here with no notes today, and I really didn't check the date before I got on, but I believe today's the 21st because tomorrow's the 22nd, right? So we're in the Aries season, all right? So what you're going to do tonight, sit and think about really who you want to show up as your authentic self this year. What do you want to be represented through your archetypes this year? What part of you, what versions of you needs to step forth this year and shine, okay? Let's think about that. Right? And then we'll jump back into how we're going to be able to bring that forward starting tomorrow, okay? Using the Aries energy, okay? I love you guys, gurus. I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a great, Saturday, y'all. Bye, my gurus. This message and this transmission is over and out.